You know, you're doing these book signings now, and people come to see you, and they want to meet you, and they want to buy the book. And I thought it was very sweet. You're very close to your family. You brought your dad along.
I did. I was in Chicago last week. I said, Dad, you want to come to the book signing? He's like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Can I hire you right now?
If you got the right money, yeah.
How much would it take for me to be your boss?
To do what? What do you need?
What do you do right now?
I do. On this job,
What do you get paid?
I'm a radio
to do?
personality.
What does your boss pay you to do?
Be a radio personality. Talk on air for 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day. How much does he pay for that?
Motivation. Motivation has always been something that has plagued me my whole life, even with things I really, really wanted to do. I sometimes lose my motivation, and I often wonder why. What's going on, people of YouTube? I'm Steven with Purpose Lens Photo and Media, and today I want to talk about something. If you're like me, then there are things that you struggle with or something that you have struggled with, and it seems like you can't get rid of it. Like no matter what you do, it keeps coming back. You may do better for a while, but then it'll come back, or you may thought you have conquered it, but it comes back. And that thing for me is motivation. Motivation has always been something that has plagued me my whole life, even with things I really, really wanted to do. I sometimes lose my motivation, and I often wonder why. If you're like me, then you're wondering why you lose your motivation. Now, we all know off the top of our heads, it could be, well, you're burnout. Maybe you need some inspiration in this area. Whatever the case may be, I just want to tell you guys that I struggle with motivation. And I just want to get into that a little bit and figure out what exactly is motivation and how can I keep my hands on it and how can I keep it in what I do here with this YouTube channel and in my life, really. Looking at the dictionary, the word motivation means the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. And that comes from the root word motive, which is the reason why you do something, the actual thing that makes what you're doing worth it is the motive, or what are you trying to get from it? So I struggle with the action side of it, is putting these things together. I have motives that are pure. I want to help everybody on YouTube. But why is it that sometimes I lose my motivation? I'm going to say for me, there's a lot of reasons. One may just be I am burnout. I do a lot of stuff for people, and I don't always take inventory of what it's costing me, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's just my mental that's being used to solve an issue or a problem that someone else may have. But whatever situation I get in with people, I always seem to be at a loss or at a deficit at the end of it. And I don't know why that is. If anybody is like that below, just leave me a comment, because I'm really trying to figure out why it seems like the more I help people, I'm losing on the other end of it. And I don't know if that's the way things are supposed to be. Are you supposed to always lose when you help somebody? Is that what helping is? Are you always to give sacrificially, meaning I have to give up something of importance to help somebody else? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Is that how things are supposed to be? Because if it is, then everything's great. But if it's not, then something's not right. So I just want to encourage people, if you are going through a situation with your videography or your photography, because this is often a question that comes up in the forums and groups, is how do you keep your motivation? And I think one of the ways to keep your motivation is, number one, you need to be around people who value you. And what I mean by value you is they want to see the best out of you. They don't want the best from you, but they want you to be the best that you can be. Those are the people that you need in your life. That doesn't mean that everybody in your life is going to be that. It just means that the people that are going to help you stay motivated are going to be the people that actually value you. And I'm learning that as I get older. Unfortunately, the time to build relationships is when you're younger, because you grow together. So when you become older and as an adult, you have all of these responsibilities and all these things you have to do that hinder you from being able to dig in and get with people. But that's gonna be number one for me, is finding people that are valuable to help you stay motivated. Number two is to think positively. Now, this is one I struggle with too. I used to be a very pessimistic person, meaning I always looked at the worst in situations. And sometimes I still do. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes I do. So I'm trying to focus on thinking about the positives in situations versus the negative. And I believe that is going to be one of the keys to keep myself motivated, is to look at what could be possible, and what I am able to do, not what I can't do. And then lastly, the last thing I think is you have to get rest. And what I mean by rest is not necessarily sleep, although that is the thing, but you need to rest mentally. You need to unplug from things like Instagram, even YouTube, Facebook, social media, TikTok, all these things, Twitter, that pull our attention and vie for our mental capacity. We need to limit those things so that we can get down to the desires of our hearts, and we can get down into the purpose and the reason that we're created. Because I think it's so easy to get caught up in trying to do what someone else is doing, whether it's a film technique, whether it's a certain way of editing, a look, even a certain camera, certain gear we aspire to have and be like someone else. And that's because of YouTube sometimes. And you can get this envy. There's even a term they call it GAS, gear acquisition syndrome. That is from just wanting that feeling of getting something new. But you're not really ever feeling satiated because you're not fulfilling the purpose that you were created and designed to reach. So again, I believe that unplugging from social media, unplugging from the things around you that stimulate you but that don't actually grow you, is going to be one of the other keys to keeping yourself motivated. So I hope that this video has been motivational to you guys. If it hasn't, I apologize. If it's boring, again, I apologize. Maybe this is one of those videos where you're not here right now, but you can come back later and you can watch it. I'm sorry there's no fancy tips. There's no crazy things going on. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I've been very busy lately with different shoots and things like that, but I have not given up on you guys. Thank you to everybody who subscribed, everybody who has been in on this YouTube thing with me. I thank you guys very, very much. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.